What's up guys, welcome back. Today we'll be making one of the best food combinations of all time. I'll be showing you guys how to make tomato soup and grilled cheese. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right guys, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, we're gonna dice 1 yellow onion. Then we're gonna smash, peel, and dice 3 cloves of garlic. You can add a little bit more garlic if you really like the garlic flavor. This is the easiest way to peel garlic in my opinion, just smash it and the skin comes right off. And then we're gonna dice it up nice and fine. You can also use a garlic press for this if you want to. Either way, we need 3 to 4 garlic cloves minced up, along with 1 yellow onion, as you see right here. Next, we're moving on to our fresh herbs. I love basil in tomato soup. It's optional, but it does add some great flavor. So go ahead and roll up your fresh herbs. Hey guys, the basil, not those herbs. Give that a good dice, and then we're gonna set that aside until we need it in a little bit. And that's about all the prep work that's needed for this recipe. You got your basil, you got your garlic, you got your onion. Next, we're gonna warm our Dutch oven over medium heat, add 2 tablespoons of butter. Allow that butter to melt down a bit, and then we're gonna go in with that 1 yellow onion. And then we just wanna tenderize the onion. Toss the onion around in that butter, cook it over medium heat until it starts to soften up. As always guys, the specific measurements and ingredients can be found for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Once the onion starts to tenderize, we're gonna go in with the garlic. You don't wanna add the garlic too early because garlic has a tendency to burn, so you wanna add it towards the end when the onions are almost done. There we go, there's that garlic. Give that a good mix. You can dice it up finer than this if you want, or you can use garlic paste. I'm gonna blend this a little bit later, so I'm not too worried about the size of my veggies there. Next, we're adding 1 teaspoon of Better Than Bouillon veggie base. That stuff has a lot of sodium in it, guys, so you don't need to season it too heavily. After that, we're going in with 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Not only is that gonna add a concentrated tomato flavor to this soup, but it's also gonna help thicken up the tomato soup a bit as well. So get in there with your spatula, move that around, make sure everything is well incorporated, and then we're going in with some seasoning. I'm using my AP seasoning, which is a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. If you haven't tried that yet, you can get yours via the link in my description box. I've also added a discount code for you there as well. So once everything kind of forms a paste like you see here, we're gonna start going in with our chicken stock. Everything's darkened up beautifully, a nice deep rich color. Now we're adding our chicken stock. Give that a good mix, bring that up to a simmer and kind of scrape the bottom, that way you get all that flavor off the bottom of your Dutch oven. Once it reaches a simmer, we're going in with our peeled tomatoes. That's a 28-ounce can there. Break out your potato masher. You could also do this by hand before you add them to the soup. Either way, it doesn't really matter. As I said earlier, we're gonna use a hand blender in a moment, and that's gonna get the job done a little bit better. But we're gonna start smashing them a bit here with the potato masher. And then we're going in with 28 ounces of tomato sauce. There's that fresh chopped basil from earlier. Give that a good mix, and we want to allow this to simmer for about 30 minutes or so. We want that to cook down, all those flavors to come together and get to know each other's business. Tomato soup is an absolute fall classic, guys. It doesn't get much better than tomato soup. Going in with a little Italian seasoning. Give that a good mix. Another quick reminder that all the specific measurements and ingredients are listed for you in the description box below. Don't forget to check that out. After about 30 minutes of simmering, we're gonna break out the hand blender. This is optional. If you want a more chunky tomato soup, you can skip this step. But if you want it nice and smooth, you can break out the hand blender or put it in your normal blender and smooth it out a little bit. Say it with me, guys, looking good. This tomato soup is coming together beautifully. Taste for seasoning. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. I'm going in with a little crushed red pepper. You could also add a pinch of sugar to this recipe just to balance the acidity from the tomatoes. Give it one more taste test just to make sure it's on point. Let's see where we're at. Make sure you blow it off so you don't burn the hell out of your tongue like I tend to do on this channel all the time. There we go. Patience is key, Matt. Pretty good. We're gonna hit it with a little bit more seasoning. Again, guys, my all-purpose seasoning is a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. So if you don't have my AP seasoning, just use those ingredients. Finally, we're going in with a little heavy cream, about a 1/4 cup or so. You wanna work that in. That's gonna add some nice richness and creaminess to the soup. And this soup is gonna pair beautifully with this grilled cheese that we're about to make here in just a moment. So once you work in that heavy cream, we're gonna put the lid on the soup and let that chill out for a minute while we make the grilled cheese. For our grilled cheese, we're keeping it simple today. We're using some shredded fontina, some yellow American cheese, and some white cheddar. Also using sourdough bread. You can make your grilled cheese however you want to. Let me know in the comments if you wanna see a full-blown grilled cheese episode. One key ingredient is the butter. I like to use Kerrygold grass-fed butter. It's absolutely delicious. A little bit better for you too, for my health police out there. Spread a thin layer of butter on each piece of bread that you're gonna use for your grilled cheese. And then you wanna warm your skillet over medium-high heat. Just a touch of oil in the pan there. We're gonna lay the bread down butter side first, and then we're going down with our cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want, guys, but you wanna stick with cheeses that melt nicely, so you get a good cheese pull on your grilled cheese like you saw in the opening segment of this video. So we got the American, we got the white cheddar, we got the shredded fontina. Press down to make sure that the bread is making good surface area contact with that skillet so you get a nice crust like so. After a minute or so, or once it gets nice and golden brown like you see here, we're gonna go ahead and flip it over. Brace yourself for a quick trademark money shot. The cheese is melting beautifully. We've got a beautiful crust and color on the bread. Once the cheese is melted nicely and your bread is toasted, we're gonna remove the grilled cheese from the skillet, place it on the cutting board. And here comes the food porn. Look at the cheese pull. That, my friends, is a perfectly executed grilled cheese. Again, guys, let me know in the comments what your favorite ingredients are on the grilled cheese. We got our soup that's come together beautifully, the perfect consistency. Still just a little chunky like I like it. Oh man. We're gonna plate this up. I'm going in for a taste test any minute, but not before I give you guys a trademark money shot. Got a little basil in there for garnish. Here comes the moment of truth. Let's see what we got. Oh man, that soup is good. But the only way to make it better is to dunk the grilled cheese right in there and give it another taste test. That, my friends, is on the money. Let me know what you think about the recipe. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.